Di video kali ini kita akan mendengar sebuah kesaksian yang luar biasa dari seorang anak muda yang dulunya membenci kekristenan. Langsung kita dengar saja kesaksiannya seperti apa, masa lalunya seperti apa, dan bagaimana dia bertemu dengan Tuhan Yesus dan bertobat.
Once you drink that first one, it takes you on a ride you never agreed to go on. Every day, in every way, I swore, I vowed, I'm never going to do it again. I'd pour it down the drain, only to be going out at 4 p.m. later that day to get more.
At 22, Trisha Fenimore realized alcohol was destroying her life. What started as an elixir to build confidence and self-esteem was now in control and exposing the hate she had for others.
It lowered my inhibition so that I was willing to vocalize that hate and to act out that hate.
Hatred, Trisha says, started when she rejected God as a young girl. She had always shown a lot of potential and was placed in her school's accelerated programs. For her, being smart equated to being a good person, so she decided in 5th grade she had no need for God.
Everyone tells me I'm smart, so I could probably do this life thing on my own. I could maintain a good enough heart on my own. We'd say the Pledge of Allegiance. And from then on, I just stopped saying the words under God. And that was the expression of my atheism. Until then, I went to college and was able to really dive in the deep end of that angry, militant atheism, argumentative spirit.
It was in college she discovered alcohol gave her the confidence to voice her anger and hatred towards anyone who disagreed with her, especially Christians.
I became very combative, highly aggressive and hostile to anyone who even dared mention God. If I saw a cross necklace on somebody, I was just filled with rage about it. It really grew very quickly in my life. And I was filled with such hate toward people of faith, but all people.
Trisha dropped out of college after 3 years and took a minimum wage job. Feeling the guilt of wasted potential only deepened her need for alcohol.
I wanted somebody to blame, I wanted a scapegoat, and I sure didn't want it to be me. I began to look at other people like they were at fault. And I hated and envied them for being able to navigate life without, what I was going through.
At 22, she realized she had to stop drinking. But over the next year, every attempt brought another failure. Then, one morning, just before her 24th birthday, after another night of blackout drinking, Trisha finally took an honest look at her life.
I thought about the trajectory of things. I thought about alcohol's role in it all. I thought about my decision way back when to eliminate God from my life. And I just said, God, I don't know what you are. And I don't know if you are. But if you are, I am willing to have been wrong about you my entire life. If you just please help me.
Trisha didn't drink that day or the next. In fact, for the next 2 weeks, every time she felt tempted, she asked God for help, and she was able to resist. After 2 weeks, she got a better job as a restaurant hostess. One night, while filling in behind the bar for the bartender, Trisha spilled vodka all over herself. The smell of alcohol brought back a familiar urge.
I just thought in my innermost being, I cannot do this. I cannot stay sober. I felt a voice, like it almost like vibrated within every cell of my body. And I just felt the words, even when evil surrounds you, I am with you. I was literally surrounded by alcohol. And in that moment, it was like God saying, you are surrounded by the very thing that has harmed you the most, that you are defenseless against. And I am with you, and you're gonna be okay. Like, I will get you through this. And I felt those words and felt it in my being. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that there was a God. And that was the day that my atheism died.
Although Trisha was conquering her drinking, she was still captive to the anger and hatred she felt towards others and herself. For 2 years, she searched through the Bible and other religious texts, looking for guidance, but found none. Then one night, after a devastating breakup with her boyfriend, Trisha went for a walk.
And I said, God, I thought this guy was your plan for me. I'm out of ideas. Show me what you want for me. And then I sat there and I looked at the sky and I got increasingly angry because I felt entitled to a response from God in the way that I expected it.
It was then Trisha passed a church where some people were coming out, and she felt drawn to go talk with them.
And I said, my name's Trisha. I'm a recovering alcoholic and I'm either going to drink or kill myself. They showed kindness and love to me. They never forced it, but they just showed the love of Jesus.
It turned out to be a Bible study group, and they invited Trisha to join them. Over the next few months, they continued showing her the love of Jesus as they helped her learn to trust God. It was in that Bible study that Trisha fully surrendered her life to Jesus.
I felt a hope that I had been created with purpose, on purpose. I learned that I was born in the image of God and that I have profound value, irreplaceable value, and purpose in that.
Still, one stronghold remained in Trisha's heart: racism. A year after giving her life to Christ, Trisha felt God wanted her to take a class in a predominantly black seminary in Harlem.
It was very uncomfortable, but it was also one of the most transformative and beautiful experiences of my life.
In that class, Trisha finally learned to see everyone as made in God's image with a purpose and value. Again, she felt God's prompting to humbly ask others for forgiveness.
He did convict me to reach out to several people in my past, and I did write them letters, I did call, I did repent directly to my black brothers and sisters who I had harmed in the past.
Trisha has stayed sober since she first cried out to God in 2011. She's married with 2 small boys and has a large online presence where she shares God's love and the power of forgiveness.
Whatever struggle you have, whether it's racism, whether it's addiction, whether it's jealousy, whether it's envy, lust, whatever, run the gamut. If we seek God daily and in every hard moment, He will deliver us from that. And that, for me, has been the only way out from literally the gates of hell.
Ya, ini mungkin kisah yang mewakili kita semua, bahkan aku pribadi juga sebagai anak muda nggak luput, ya bukan cuma anak muda lah, orang-orang yang udah senior juga dengan hidup dalam kedagingan ini pasti masih banyak hal-hal yang mencobai, yang menggoda kita untuk jatuh ke dalam dosa. Dan itu macam-macam lah, ada tadi dibilang kecanduan, soal ya mungkin di alkohol, di pornografi, ataupun mungkin soal anger issue, atau bahasa sekarang banyak mental health lah segala macam. Dan yang paling kita aminin adalah Tuhan ada loh di setiap hal yang kamu hadapi, di setiap hal yang aku hadapi hari-hari ini, saat-saat ini, yang mungkin berat banget buat kamu juga, mungkin struggle jatuh bangunmu, berasa nggak layakmu, Tuhan tetap ada di sana. Karena ada ayatnya tuh, meskipun kita tidak setia, Dia tetap setia. Aku pernah bertanya ke satu pendeta tentang bagaimana kita mau jadi murid Kristus kalau kita masih terus jatuh bangun dalam dosa, bagaimana gitu. Dan jawabannya sebenarnya simple, kita tidak bisa melarang burung terbang di atas kepalanya kita. Ya setiap hari juga begitu. Tapi yang bisa kita larang adalah burung itu kalau hinggap di kepala dan bikin sarang di sana. Kalau dia bisa bikin sarang di kepalamu, yang salah kamu. Karena berarti kamu nggak usir, kamu nggak, ya kamu biarin aja itu di situ gitu. Kamu nggak lu pergi gitu. Ya nggak gitu. Tapi kalau dibilang burungnya memang terbang, ya sudah, kita nggak bisa kontrol kan. Yang kita bisa kontrol adalah kalau dia datang dan dia mau bersarang. Begitu juga dengan dosa. Godaan-godaan itu ya memang pasti ada gitu. Iblis juga nggak senang kalau kita dekat terus sama Tuhan. Pasti dia mau cari celah. Ini anak lagi lemah nih saat begini, gue ambil, gue suruh dia jatuh, gue goda dia, kan kayak gitu. Tapi balik lagi, bukan soal yang mana yang dosa, yang mana yang enggak gitu. Tapi kita ubah sedikit jadi yang mana yang Tuhan seneng dan yang mana Tuhan nggak seneng. Yang Tuhan seneng ayo kita lakuin bareng-bareng meskipun berat. Makanya tadi dibilang kita butuh komunitas. Kalau yang Tuhan nggak seneng jangan dilakuin. Nah, balik ke komunitas, kita tuh butuh banget komunitas. Tadi dia ketemu sama studi Bible study, ya kayak komsel lah, mungkin bahasa kayak komsel. Bukan isinya tuh pasti bukan orang-orang suci, perfect, sempurna, tidak. Tapi juga bahasanya tuh pasien yang sama-sama sedang belajar menghidupi hidupnya Kristus, yang belajar meneladani hidupnya Kristus. Tapi bedanya adalah kita bareng-bareng. Nah, kalau kita bareng-bareng kan bisa lebih saling nguatin. Lu semangat ya, ayo semangat lah kita. Lu ada struggle apa sih nih, gue doain boleh nggak? Tapi yang doain juga nggak perfect gitu. Jadi saling mendoakan, saling support. Itu pentingnya komunitas, itu pentingnya komsel. Aku pribadi nggak ada sampai hari ini kalau nggak ada komsel juga. Ya pasti Tuhan beracara lewat komsel itu, lewat pemimpin-pemimpin rohani di sana. Aku dibentuk, diajarin, dikasih firman Tuhan, direnungkan lah, banyak banget. Aku di sana diajarin saat teduh seperti apa, menyembah Tuhan apa, pelayanan itu apa. Bukan sekedar masuk ke kepala sih, tapi sampai ke hati. Apakah sampai sekarang sempurna? Belum juga gitu. Tapi udah, yuk kita sama-sama belajar bareng. Aku juga punya struggle, kamu juga pasti punya struggle. Andalkan Tuhan. Kalau tadi Trisha yang begitu banget masa lalunya bisa diubahkan sama Tuhan, Tuhan yang sama akan ubah hidupmu dan hidupku. Sangat mudah buat dia. Itu aja untuk video hari ini. Tuhan Yesus memberkati.